rabbis of yesteryear. Now it's interesting, on the 10th of Iyar marks the Hilula of a really great Tunisian rabbi. His name was Rabbi David ben Baron, Zecher Tzadik Libracha. It's reported that he was born around the year 1884, 1885, I think in Tunis, and he passed away on the 2nd of May in the year 1955. He was approximately around 70 years of age, 71 years of age at the time he passed away. Now he'll become the rabbi of Tunisia, let's just say. He'll be appointed the head of Jewish court over there in Tunis, respectively, chief rabbi of the Jewish community of Tunisia between the years 1947 to 1955. Naturally, obviously, we all know that was the time period of formation of the State of Israel. Let's explore a few of the highlights of the very famous rabbi's life. So, as we stated before, he was born around the year 1884 in Tunis and came from great family, his heritage. His father's name was Eliyahu ben Baron, and I believe the family actually came originally, it's reported over, from Livorno, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe they went to Tunisia at a later stage. So they were actually a member of this family, I think, or it could be they were from Livorno and had Italian roots, but I think there was a big Italian community in Tunisia, of the Livorno community, respectively, so he would grow up in that. Now, he would learn in the famous Yeshivat Chevrat HaTalmud, a place we've spoken about on various occasions before, under the auspices of Rav Shlomo Dana, another great rabbi of Tunisia in his time. He was naturally the founder of this great Torah institution, this Torah yeshiva, respectively. Rav Shlomo Dana was. And what's interesting, also, he would have connections with other great rabbis. I think, actually, going back to Rav Shlomo Dana was the author of the Shalmei Todah book. And I think another rabbi he would learn that under was Rav Yeshua HaKohen, another great rabbi, the author of the famous Ma'anei HaYeshua book. And while he was young, he would really start writing various different Chidushim Torah, various different Torah novel thoughts in of itself. Now, come with the year 1914, around that point in time, he'd be about 30 years of age. He'd be appointed as a dayan, a judge in the Jewish court of the great rabbis of Tunis, respectively. Very prominent position. And I think the head of Jewish court at that point in time was another rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions before, Rabbi Yisrael Zaytun, very, very great rabbi, and I recommend everyone to watch the video we covered within regards to him. He would serve also as a judge, as a dayan in the Portuguese community's court, and he would bring about reunification between various different communities over there. And that's actually interesting. He was considered second rank, let's say the deputy, when Rabbi David Katurzo was the chief rabbi of Tunisia. He also happened to be Rabbi Katurzo, the Rosh Yeshiva in his day in Hevrat Talmud Yeshiva, very prominent position. Now, after Rabbi Katurzo passed away, he was appointed the head of the Jewish court, and come what the year 1947, he was appointed chief rabbi of the Jewish community in Tunisia, replacing, I think at that point, some Rav Chaim Belaish will also have a place in the premiership of this place, and we did speak about him, I believe, on various occasions before. Come what the year 1951, he would move his position of the Ab Bet Din, and Rab Mordechai Amis Kohen would take over there. Rab Mordechai Amis Kohen is rabbi, also we spoke about on various occasions before. He would have been a rabbi of Jerba and chief rabbi of Tunisian Jewry at a later stage. He would, I think, give up the Ab Bet Din role because of the heavy workload he had. Naturally, being a chief rabbi of Tunisia at such a strong time period would have, brought about delegation of responsibility. Very interesting enough. He would also hold the position of director of the Talmud, of the Hebrew Talmud Yeshiva, which he had. And naturally, with the formation of Medinat Israel, the state of Israel in 1948, it's reported over in Tunisia, they were very, very Zionistic, and he would be one of the people that would sign a ruling in the Tunisian court calling for the recitation of Hallel on Yom Ha'atzmaut, on Independence Day, and would even, it's reported over, permit shaving on that specific day. So that's interesting, definitely tidbit to have, especially from a Zionistic point of view and a historical point of view. Now, he would win various different honors from different, let's just say, prestigious places in of itself. He would get the Legion of Honor I think from the French court, if I'm not mistaken, but Mr. Hatila, if I'm not mistaken, he would be donned this to be given. I think it was a French Legion of Honor with membership, let's say, as we say in English, Order of Glory, and he would get it on the behalf of the Bey of Tunis, which was like seen as a very prominent accolade. Remember, the Bey is a Turkish title of nobility attached to a person's first name, so he would actually get decorated with this from that specific person. Now it's reported though he had a heart attack and passed away on May the 2nd, 1955. As many as a staggering 50,000 people, including, I think, Prime Minister Tahar Ben Ammar, would actually go to his funeral. It was reported over. There was government ministers there, representatives of the French government there, especially Roger Seydax. It's reported over. Let's explore some of his Torah colossal works, because a lot of great works of his would come about. I think the Vychtav David would include 3 books from the Miktab Yadot, respectively. That was the Vikan David, I think, which is Chidushim on the Shas, on Talmud Babli, Chidushim on the Agadah, on the Shulchan Aruch, Code of Jewish Law, Midrash Talpiot, also of Rabbi Eliyahu Akka Itamari, I think another great rabbi we mentioned about on various occasions before he was a Dayan, respectively, and an author of great works, and the Kabbalist, and one of the great rabbis of Izmir. Another great work was Vayameh David, Kiddushim on the Tanakh, respectively, and concentrating on Pshat and Remez and Musa. David Hagid, Kiddushim on the Haggadah of Passover. Yichtav David, Tishvot Chilchotiyot. This is various different teachings, respectively. A few more things. I think various different halachic responsa were printed in the response of Mishpat Ketub, I think by Rabbi Zayton, and I think there was a responsa Ish Matzliach by the great Rabbi Matzliach Mezuz, Rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions before, the father of Rav Meir Mezuz, Rosh Yeshiva of Kiserachim, who passed away sadly a few weeks ago. I think there was other books printed in his youth, including Minchat Yitzchak, notably connected to his friend Rav Yitzchak Cohen, which was, I think, included actually end of the book, of the Ma'aneh Yeshua. And he writes various different glosses for books of responsa and give his signature on it. Now, he would also, it's reported over, write an obituary for the passing of the famous Tunisian rabbi, Rabbi Moshe Chalfon HaKohen. Rabbi we've spoken about on various occasions before. Rabbi Moshe Chalfon HaKohen was a chief rabbi of Jerba and arguably one of the greatest rabbis in Tunisia, authoring many books on halachic law, education, morality, sermons, and responsa, respectively. So it's a Hilula here on the 10th, I believe, of 10th of ER, of the great Rabbi, I'll state his name, Rabbi David Ben Baron Zechet Tzadik Livracha, passed away in 1955, reports over. That would be from now 70 years ago. He passed away. So very interesting. He was a Talmid of Rav Shlomo Dana, the great rabbi. He authored many Torah works. Now, friends, we're a community here. We are learning about the great Oriental rabbis of yesteryear. If you descend from any of the Chachamim we are speaking about, I would love to hear more about them. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Now we're nearly on 7,000 members, which is really, really growing. If you feel anyone is interested in watching any of these videos that we're recording on the history of the great Rabbanim from Northern African countries, Spanish countries, please share the videos to those people respectively. And friends, we've covered more than 900 biographies, just small highlights of some of the great rabbis of yesteryear. There's so much more that can be said about them. All these videos I'm recording, please don't just watch the videos, also learn, research about these great rabbis. There's so much to learn about their history, where they came from, what their circumstances were, how they were making their halachic responses, what books they authored in their point of time, who were their descendants, to learn about it. It's such an interesting topic. I can't recommend it enough. So wishing you blessings from Israel. Take care. Shavua Tov U'Mavorach. Thank you very much. Everyone have a good night.